Hey y'all, Daniel Aaron here, your guide to vibrant living, and I'm really excited to bring this to you today because this is something that I've been playing with for 30 years now and yet has come to light in a really powerful way. And it's like as far as techniques go, and techniques are helpful, right? Like having a great mindset is so essential, yet also being able to shift our energy, have something that we can do that not only shifts our energy, shifts our emotions, shifts our future, shifts our destiny is so powerful. And for me as a yogi, right, good 30 years since I really dove into yoga, I was obsessed with the spiritual aspect of it, with the techniques, with the advanced things, standing on my head and hands and what all those things. And even in my teaching, I always tended to focus more on the physical aspects because there's a myth in the yoga world. I call it a myth anyway. Part of it might offend somebody that pranayama is not appropriate for beginners. And I tended to agree, not because I thought it was dangerous, but because for most people, nothing really happened. They would do pranayama and it was just a little too subtle for them. It's kind of an advanced thing. So where this has changed for me, I'm so delighted and really grateful to one of my teachers, Joe Dispenza, because what he has done is created a scientific perspective on this that's really useful. And also part of what he's doing for all of us is bringing a level of scientific research, evidence, language to the esoteric and spiritual studies, to mysticism. And he's translated this kind of breathing that some of us and y'all that are yogis know have been doing for years. But what's going on now is it's allowing us to understand it on a deeper level. And what happens when you understand on a deeper level what you're doing? Well, you get a lot more out of it. Not only do you get a lot more out of it, it becomes more inspiring. There's more desire to keep doing it. So this breathing, what it is, really simple, is it's taking energy from the bottom of the torso, if we put it that way, or the energetic system, you could call it the chakra system, the base, and bringing it up to here, the crown, and bringing it up beyond that. And what that's really about. By the way, if you find this useful and interesting, please share it with other people. If you want to go deeper, please join me for the Vibration of Vibrancy. The link's down below. And what happens from the yogic perspective when we move energy up here is that we awaken. And from a chemical standpoint, right, getting a little bit more on the science part, these energy centers, the 1, 2, 3 energy centers, relate to survival, right? Guess what? Really big issue right now, yeah? Survival is on the forefront of everyone's mind at the same time as we've been talking about crisis, fear, opportunity, danger, opportunity, survival, possibility. Both are contained in the midst of the crisis that we are in right now. So, what does this mean for us, for you? When we breathe in the way that I'm about to teach you, we have the possibility, the actuality of taking the energetic, the chemicals, the emotions that are ruled by these lower centers, right, the bottom one, right? Muladhara. It's about passion. It's about survival. It's about fighting for our life. It's this reddish, like, primal energy. Right now, for a lot of folks, because of the fear activation, that's causing this contraction, me, mine. And when we get a little higher, it becomes more like guilt or sometimes selfishness. This is the negative side of it. In its positive sense, though, part of what that does for all of us is allows us a positive, healthy engagement in life, a positive self-expression in life. And then we get up to the third center. And by the way, I'm going a little quickly through these energy centers, or call them chakras if you like, in part because there's so much great information out there you can get about it. Right? Third center, power. It's the ability that we all have to, in the positive sense, be bigger than our environment, bigger than circumstances, to never be a victim. When it's unhealthy, exactly, it's victim orientation. So, how does it work? We breathe through our nose in such a way that we also clamp down or contract the bottom of our tube of toothpaste, meaning squeeze at the bottom, lift up the floor of the pelvis, draw the abdomen in and up. Right? Yogis, you know this as Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, right? And what are these things called from yoga? Interesting, right? The base or root lock, right? And part of what that means is we're no longer taking that energy here and leaking it out. Same muscles used in sexual activity or orgasm, ejaculation, also in defecation, urination. We're taking that which is a letting go of life force in some way, all of them in one way or another, and instead we're saying we're going to sublimate that energy, we're going to bring it up, we're going to bring it up to a higher creative possibility. What's the first place it goes to after those three self-oriented energy centers? Exactly, it goes to the heart. And all the scientific literature now, I can say that scientific literature as well as the spiritual literature, right, shows us that once energy makes it to this area, it will keep going up into the realms of self-expression, into the area of mysticism, the third eye, and into the area of harmony and oneness, right, the top chakra. So, I'm going to make this brief, and I will come back tomorrow and give more detailed explanation about it and some instruction in it. Essentially, though, to give you the base, what we do is squeeze these muscles, right? We squeeze in, right? Actually, even better, before you do that, blow out through the nose, right? And when you blow out a little bit, not a really strong thing, when you blow out a little bit through the nose, that helps to contract here. You start that contraction and then visualize, bring your attention to energy moving up. As you inhale, it's like you're taking, if this is the base of the pelvis, you're inhaling, drawing up, right? Like liquid through a straw, you're bringing it up. And you do that the whole way. Of course, the eyes are closed while you're doing this to help keep your focus within, to help keep your attention on it. So you're drawing up, 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 right up through all these centers, through the heart, all the while you're drawing in, doing your best to squeeze in more with the eyes closed. Then energy comes all the way up into the brain. Now, one of the amazing things is it feels really good. It's not totally easy. It's a little uncomfortable because we're going out of what's usual for us, right? And the survival human animal part of us tends to rebel a little bit. You know, it's easy to get lazy. Don't do this because, hey, you know what? This is, well, from its perspective, this is dangerous to who I am. And really what we're doing is we're saying, hey, I'm choosing this human spirit part more than just the human animal part, right? So that bringing the energy up, and then we hold it there and squeeze, and part of what's going on is we're activating the cerebral spinal fluid, right? Which is a closed system loop that is the governor of our nervous system, and usually takes 12 hours to make a full circuit from the base of the torso all the way up through the brain. When we do this breath, right, we activate it and move it up. We generate this upward energy. Right? That also then activates the brain centers, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and that produces a lot of secondary metabolites that help us to feel good. Like literally feel good emotionally, to stimulate our brain to wake us up. And then on the spiritual level, it opens us into the quantum realm. It opens us up to information beyond what we are normally used to getting. Right? So I'm going to just walk you through it one more time. I know I've covered a lot here, so if this is interesting, go back and watch again. Right? So it's like this. We blow out through the nose. Squeeze in at the floor of the pelvis. Squeeze in here as we inhale. While we're inhaling, we're picturing the energy moving up, 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 all the way up till it's pooling up here, right? And then we hold it in. And then we squeeze a little bit more at the base. You're squeezing, lifting it up, directing it up. You keep it in a little bit longer than you feel like is comfortable. And then you relax and let it go. And feel what it feels like. Notice the impact of it. As it says in Las Vegas, you must be present to win, right? So by paying attention, by being present, you get to feel the benefits. And as you feel them, which feels good, guess what? Want to do more of it. Start to understand what's happening. All right. I'm going to leave it there, y'all. It was a lot I said. It was dense. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if it's helpful, please share it along. And if you got questions, put them in the comments and I will check and respond. Thanks, y'all. Aloha.